Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do chapter 17 of White Silk Lovers. And any background noise you might hear, like that one, that's my dog snoring. Let's begin. Saturday, April 20th, 9 a.m. Tomas. Coby still looked sad. Those times must have been hard to live through. And here I am, whining about my songs, and my millions, and my problems. And he only has a bus pass and a used keyboard. Like the idiot my brother always called me. I was the one who brought it up. I've lost touch with the important things. Like helping somebody who's hurting. I'll be right back, I said. Do you want anything to drink? Just water, thanks. Time for shock therapy. I changed, grabbed a couple of water bottles, and snuck up on Coby, barefoot. He leaned on the rail, staring at the ocean, and never heard a sound. Here you go, I said, and handed him the water bottle. Coby took it, but didn't notice what I was wearing. Or not wearing. Thanks, Coby said. I leaned on the rail beside him, trying to act innocent. Sure is quiet out here. No one for miles. His eyes never left the sea. Coby opened the bottle, took a small drink, and saw me mid-sip. Coby had 3 reactions simultaneously. He blushed, snorted water out his nose and mouth, and coughed. I grinned so big I'm sure Coby saw every one of my cavities. The trip was worth it just for that. Chuckling, I said, You'd think you'd never seen a man in a thong before. I snapped the string on my waist, laughing as Coby's eyes focused on my skin. Coughing a couple more times, Coby forced his eyes up to mine. They didn't stay there, but went back to the thong. I didn't have to wonder what he was thinking about. Coby wiped the water from his face and said, Your butt's going to get sunburned. Good thing I've got sunscreen, I said, twirling about. What do you think? Coby was as red as could be, and smiling. I think I could count the fillings in his teeth now. It doesn't cover very much, he said. You like seeing me in it, and you know it, I said. I'll pose. You take pictures. For the next 5 minutes, I did every bodybuilder type pose I had seen. Various photo shoot poses I had done over the years, or promotional events, or album covers, or silly things. Your turn to try one, I asked. It's sitting on the bed. Me, in a thong, Coby said. I've never worn one. Live a little, I said. There's nobody here but us. Try it. The sun blazed out of a cloudless sky. For a minute, everything was good in the world. Saturday, April 20th, morning, Coby. The last time I had been naked in front of anybody had been a nightmare. I didn't want to remember the humiliation. As I stood in front of the full-length mirror, all I saw were the stretch marks and loose skin around my waist. The thong was nice, a little uncomfortable, and I felt exposed. My hand automatically covered my crotch, and I had to force it away. Squeezing a liberal amount in my hands, I applied sunscreen to my butt and anything else I could reach. I don't want to get burned, especially down there. Super pale skin, farmer's tan on legs, arms, and neck. I'm not a model. Most of my body hasn't seen sunlight in years. Why can't I be like Tomas and have a normal waist? I tugged at my obliques to stretch the skin out. Wouldn't it be nice to be like everybody else? Everybody was about to laugh. I might as well get it over with. After I opened the bedroom door, I checked to make sure no one was around. Then I crept forward, listening for anyone. Nobody. So far, so good. A radio played some country song from the back of the boat, so I headed to the front. No one rested on the deck chairs. Good. No one was up front. Even better. Why did I let Tomas talk me into this? One of the deckhands yelled something, but I didn't see him anywhere. With a quick check of the forward deck, I inched my way into the sunlight. No Tomas. Where had he gone? Tomas, I said quietly. No answer. Maybe he was swimming. Tomas, are you there? I said. Voices came from behind me. Tomas, Joey, and Albert approached. Joey wore a stylish black one-piece. Albert wore a black pair of swim trunks. Beside them stood the nearly nude Tomas, showing off that body in a black thong. God, he looked good. The muscles moved just under his skin, shifting with each motion, highlighting every striation, and he was tan all over and 99% nude. His trainer deserved every penny. I'm 99% nude too, but I don't look that good. If I turned around and pretended not to see them, they'd see my naked butt. If I faced them, they'd see the loose skin and my barely hidden private parts. What's worse, the heat flooded my face, and I folded my arms. Tomas yelled, "Coby, don't be shy. Come and join us." I turned without thinking. Joey inhaled. I knew what was coming. It was high school all over again. It was Sam's reaction from the hotel room. I caught my breath and prepared to ignore, because that was the only strategy that sometimes worked. 3 gorgeous, sexy men, Joey said and whistled. I'm going to have a difficult time keeping my hands to myself. Tomas, you got another thong Albert can use? No, Albert said. I'm not wearing one. Too bad, Joey said. Coby, look at you. If I hadn't seen the pictures, I'd never believe you had lost so much weight. He's looking good, Tomas said, smiling. I walked over, arms folded and biting my lip. It took courage not to cover my crotch with both hands. Saturday, April 20th, 8 p.m. Coby. The captain angled the boat so that we had dinner staring into the sun as it set below the horizon. Nothing blocked our view of the sky. For dinner, we had a fresh seafood extravaganza with lobster. The captain was also a pro chef, and we dined in style. He even had vegan things. T-shirts and thongs and bathing suits. We dressed formal. Dinner topic tonight? Workout routines. Mine, Tomas's, and Joey's. Why are you guys so organized about this? Albert said, sipping his coffee. A workout is a workout. There's different kinds of workouts, I said. Weights and cardio, for example. Wouldn't you consider stretching to be a workout? Look at yoga, Tomas said. Joey set her wine glass down. Then you'd have to include warm-ups and cool-downs as types of workouts too. You guys are too detailed, Albert said. Just give me an old-fashioned punching bag, some jogging shoes, and a jump rope. I'll beat all 3 of you any day of the week. Skipping rope, I said. I don't think I've tried that one. Build hand-eye coordination. Maybe you should, Albert said. I wasn't the only person that had gotten burned today. So did Albert. The sun didn't seem to affect Tomas. He tanned. Tomas and Joy had wine. Albert had coffee, while I had water with a slice of lime. As I set my glass down with my left hand, my fingers spasmed. I brought my hand under the table so no one could see and massaged my fingers. Things like this were happening more often these days. Maybe, when I get back, I should talk to my doctor. I needed to talk to him about a lot of things, but I was too scared. I'll see him after my recital. Hot packs, cold packs, finger massage. I had to keep going. Few undergrads were ever asked to play at the donor recital. and I was one of 3. Dr. Garnier had requested it herself, and I wasn't going to let her down. But I was afraid my hand might. After dinner, we watched the last of the sunset, and the stars began to twinkle. I had never seen stars like this before. Bright, thousands of them, and no city lights. A dim glow came from the distant land, but it didn't do much to hide the stars. Joey and Albert went to a different part of the yacht to be alone, leaving us on the bow by ourselves. The yellows and oranges of the sunset finally faded, leaving us alone under the clear heavens, the brilliant, beautiful sky. I never knew the night sky ever looked like this. A thin streak, like a needle made of light, shot across part of the sky. "Did you see that? What is it?" I asked. "A meteor. Wish on it," Tomas said. "What?" "When you see a meteor," he said, "make a wish. They always come true. So, make a wish." "You're serious," I said. "Try it," he said. "You'll see." "That's an easy one," I said. "I want to meet Sterling." "See? They always come true," Tomas said. He leaned over and kissed my nose. "Come here." I leaned my head on Tomas's shoulder, and we watched the stars and talked. Eventually, we went inside and talked, just like every night. And like most of them, we fell asleep holding each other. I woke in the dawn and watched Tomas breathe. I loved him so much it hurt. I laid my head on his chest, listening to his heartbeat, snuggling next to his warmth, as close as I could. Someday, he would hate me. He wouldn't want anything to do with me. Thank God, it wasn't today. I listened to Tomas's heartbeat, his soft breathing. His arm curled around me. Somebody cared about me. I quietly cried because for the first time in a long, long time, I was happy.